Hello and welcome back to my channel. If not back, then just welcome. If it is your first time here, I would love it if you would click on the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't talk. The reason why I can't talk and the reason I have such a big smile on my face is because I'm starting my winter Lookmas for you guys. So everybody knows in December on YouTube, people do Vlogmas. I don't really vlog, so I thought that I would do 12 days of Lookmas where I bring you a look that I feel like would be appropriate to wear to like a holiday party or function or concert or any fun thing that you have going on in the month of December. But the reason that this is going to be so different is because I'm going to be including some fashion. I'm going to show you not only what makeup I would wear, but also what outfit I would pair with that makeup. I just thought this would be a really fun way to include both of those things into one video. It looked like I just dug in my nose. I promise I didn't. Since this is the introductory video, I just wanted to show you my more glamorous base routine. If you've been here for a minute, you know I like super light skin, super sheer coverage, skin dewy, skin looks like skin. And I still like that in a glam look too. I just use a little bit more heavy duty product and just want to show you what I do to get a little bit more va-va-voomy. So let's just go ahead and get into this makeup. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to prep my skin. I'm going to be approaching these videos as though I were actually going out at night, and so before I get into my base routine, I want to take care of my skin, make sure that I'm super hydrated, so my face is already cleansed. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sheet mask. The sheet mask that I'm going to be using today is the Sephora Lotus face mask. I'm using this one because it's moisturizing and soothing. I want to make sure that my skin is like super plump and supple and hydrated before going in with my makeup, because if my skin looks like crap before I put on my makeup, it doesn't matter what makeup I wear, it doesn't matter what products I use, my makeup is not going to turn out good. So this is a good time to just like sit back and relax and just luxuriate in the process of getting ready to go out. And now you're ready to go out and impress your friends. And then when your 15 minutes are up, you're going to want to massage the excess into your skin. The massage is also really good for the skin prep. It plumps the skin, brings the blood to the surface, and just helps give a really plump feel. Another part of skin prep that is super crucial is lip preparation. So I've already exfoliated my lips, but I'm gonna go in and moisturize them now. The reason why I love like party makeup is I feel like it's when we show our most glamorous selves, our most glitzy selves. And I just feel like it's always super interesting to see who people present themselves as their most fancy version of themselves. For today's look on my eyes, I'm starting out with the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Fenty eyeshadow primer today because it's a bit stickier than my other eyeshadow primers. I always use an eyeshadow primer because I have oily eyelids, and if I don't, my eye makeup does not participate in the way in which I want it to. So as much as I love this eyeshadow primer, I hate that it's not tinted. So I always go over top of it with the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Walnut. And just like my primer, I pat a thin layer on just to cancel out the darkness on my eyelid, and it automatically gives my eye a more open look. My eye look today is super simple. I'm just taking a loose iridescent pigment. This one is the ColourPop Superstar Loose Pigment in the shade Typhoon, and I'm using my finger to swipe that on my eyelid. This is why I wanted to use a sticky base, and also why I wanted to do my eyeshadow first, just in case there is any fallout. The reason why I'm doing such a simple eye look is because I am going to be focusing on my skin for this video, because it's going to be more intense than I normally do. So I want to get that kind of out of the way so I don't have to rehash that for every look that I do. A tip for hooded eyes when applying sparkle is to not apply it above your crease. The second it goes above your crease, it makes your eye look even heavier. The light that is reflected off of the shimmer brings the hood forward, and so it makes it look even heavier than it actually is. We want a little bit of shadow to make it recede. So since I'm keeping this eye so light, I'm going to just take a little bit of my bronzer and sweep that into my crease. This is also not a neat look, so I'm not concerned with the precision of my shadow application here. Now I'm going to prime my skin. Always want to make sure that my foundation and makeup is going to last and look good all night. So I'm starting by taking my Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I love this because it is a pore filling smoothing primer. I like to use these in the center of my face to fill in my pores and to mattify the parts where I'm going to get most oily. So I'm just going to swipe that right by my nose, on the tip of my nose, and in between my eyebrows, because those are all parts of my face where I don't want to be overly shiny. It also helps to smooth my skin in those areas. I find that those are the most textured areas of my face, and it's the part where makeup can collect. So this just provides a barrier between my foundation and the makeup that I'm going to be using. If I find that I need a little bit more, I just swipe my finger on it and pat those into those places. And then from there, I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is probably my favorite makeup purchase of 2018. It is so beautiful. It gives such a healthy glow to the skin. I concentrated on the high points of my face, like where I would put my highlighter. But since it is a primer, I just go in and like rub it in over the entirety of my face. It just gives such a healthy look and glow to the skin. As someone with oily skin, I don't find it doesn't make my makeup break down or look extra shiny. It just has me looking super luminous all night, especially in conjunction with the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. This is my go-to full coverage foundation. It boasts 24-hour wear, but I promise you I would never wear my makeup for 24 hours. It feels super light on the skin. Something that I know is not going to fail me throughout the night. If I'm out dancing, if I'm somewhere where it's like super hot and crowded, this is going to have me looking good all night. And it's drugstore, which is always super nice. I'm going to be applying it with a foundation brush. I'm starting out with just a pump, 2 pumps on my hand. There it is. I don't know if you can see it kind of running down my hand. It's a thicker consistency, but there is definitely some viscosity to it. I'm going to be working the foundation into the brush. So instead of just swiping on the brush and then going on my face, I'm really like shearing it out on the brush because I like very little product on my face. So once I feel like I have the brush coated with the proper amount of product, I'm going to swipe it on my face, starting from the center. For me, foundation is always less about covering and more about evening tone. I'm taking this up under my eyes, which is not something I normally do with my foundation on a daily basis, but for a more glam look, I definitely need extra help in covering my eye bags. I try to keep the coverage extra light on my forehead simply because my forehead is darker. My forehead and chin are darker than the rest of my face. I'm also making sure to blend it in super good along my jawline and on that hairline. I avoided my nose because I don't put foundation on my nose. Now as we continue in helping hide these eye bags, the sleepiness runs deep with me. I'm going to take my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. For under eye brightening and general highlighting, I use the shade Caramel. And I'm taking that in the inner corner of my eye and sweeping that underneath my eye to about maybe halfway underneath. I'm not making a big triangle. I'm not taking it all the way across because that looks very cakey to me and it feels heavier. I love it when it feels like I'm not wearing any makeup at all. And I just let that sit for a second or two. I find that the more liquidy the concealer, it's best if you let it dry for like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds before I go ahead and blend it in, because it has settled a little bit. The new dry texture of it is going to lead to more coverage being underneath my eye, which is something that I desperately need. And I'm using a brush to blend that out as well after I remove the cat hair from it. And for that I'm using the Real Techniques, I think this is called the Expert Concealer Brush. So I'm using just whatever product is left over to really sharpen this line right here of the like wing that I've created. Since this eye look is so subtle, it's not something that you can really see, but it's one of those things that makes a huge difference in my in the look of my eyeshadow. Now moving on to something that I don't do in my everyday makeup routine, but I always do in my glamour routines: contouring. For that, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Truffle. Contouring is super, super, super personalized to your face. I don't subscribe to the one size fits all maps of swipes and blends when it comes to contouring. Please don't do that. Generally don't tell people how to do their makeup, and I'm still not telling you how to do your makeup. I just politely ask, please don't do that. For my matchstick, I don't go in and swipe my face just because it's a super pigmented product. It's really easy to do too much too fast. So I always just take my whatever small buffing brush that I have on hand and I paint this matchstick itself and contour from there. I have a nice little guideline of hyperpigmentation that tells me where my contour should go. So I just follow that line and I brush up, starting back towards the ear because that's where I want the most concentration of the product to be. Swiping up and just following that down to about like right underneath the like point of your cheekbone. So I can feel that my skull kind of points right here. So that's where I want to stop that contour. Just really buff it in. Paint on my face. Paint on my face. And then just a little bit on my nose, but not like my nose, like this part of my orbital socket, whatever. And then just like bring it down and bring it across. And then that's it. I don't do a heavy nose contour. Just make sure that it's really buffed out. And boom, I'm contoured. This is the Morphe Bronzer powder in the shade Vlogger. I really love this powder because it's half matte contour, half shimmer bronzer, and it just adds the perfect amount of glow and structure to the face. With that same brush I just had my bronzer on, I'm taking a little bit of the shade Untamed from the NARS Hot Tryst palette and applying that kind of directly on top of my cheekbone. So for me, it's like contour goes under the cheekbone, blush goes directly on the cheekbone, and then the highlight goes on top of the cheekbone. So I'm just brushing some of that on my face. Add a little bit of color because right now we're just a little one-dimensionally tan. I love this powder. Love this whole palette because it's so sheer. It gives a perfect flush and glow. And then just the tiniest baby bit on the tip of my nose. Now, I don't care to set the entirety of my face in powder, but I will always set underneath my eyes. My favorite product for this step is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes. And so I'm just going to load a little bit of it up on a sponge and press underneath my eyes to really shine some light on the situation down there. If you have deep set under eyes like I do, there's really not much you can do outside of, you know, getting eye fillers down there, but it doesn't hurt to play with the light a little bit. For this step, it's really important to have a damp sponge and a light hand so I don't get too cakey. One last step on the face, and that's the highlights. Today I'm using the Glossier Halo Scope in the shade Quartz. Warm it up on the back of my hand first before going in with a brush. I really like this product because it has like a balmy glow to it. It's really cute because it has, you know, actual crushed crystals in it. And that's nice. But what I'm really here for is this balm core in the center, because that's what really gives the natural flush. This product is a little tricky and can lift up your foundation. So you really want to be strategic with your placement. My brows are probably, definitely top 3 favorite features. And I pretty much just try to let them do whatever they want. Today I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow and sweeping that through my hairs. Leaving them swiped up and feathered and gorgeous. And then for my eyelashes, going in with a Supernatural mascara. This is the Glossier Lash Slick. The Lash Slick is like your lashes but better. And then just lightly coating the bottom lashes just so that they look like they exist. Finally, onto the lips. I want something super vampy and fun, so I'm going to be using the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Hutch. Don't forget to check your teeth. And then this is the final face. My super skin focus, like fun vampy look, just kind of sparkly eye look. Brows are super heavy, lip is super heavy. This is a look that I feel like super like chic in and like give you my blue steel. Now let's go on to the part that we've never done before on my channel, the fashion. Alright, and so my outfit, I did a super simple outfit to go with the super simple face and eye. My top is just a fine knit mock knit sweater from ASOS. My pants are also from ASOS. They're just a soft knit jersey, wide knit leg. Super comfy, lots of room for eating lots of foods. And then my boots are the super fun all sequin boots from Just Fab. Alright folks, that is it. Thank you so very much for tuning in for the first day of Lookmas. Stay tuned for more fun videos, lots of fun makeup, lots of cool outfits, all of that jazz. As always, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Till next time, bye folks.